Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super discussion video, and I'm once again joined by the Golden Scouter in order to discuss this topic that y'all saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, and I hope you're excited to hear our thoughts and opinions. Of course, this isn't just a conversation between us, it's also you guys, so please make sure to go down to the comment section below after you hear this, or before, but if you're before you listen to the video, please make sure to say that it's actually before you listen to the video. But with that being said, man, why don't you say hello to everyone listening?
Yo, Mark, what is up? And hello, everyone. It is I, the Golden Scouter.
I like your little, intros now. Oh. Anyway, guys, so we're going to be talking about this. So one of the episodes we saw very recently in Dragon Ball Super was Goku going to help Hit. Going to help Hit fight Dispo. And obviously we got to see Hit kind of do his improving and take out two people from Universe 11, the Pride Troopers. And obviously right now we have Dispo, Topo, and Jiren. And one of the things that we've been wanting to see for a really long time is not only Goku fight Jiren, but also a lot of us, including myself, would really like to see Hit versus Jiren as, kind of a taking the champ or the strong person from the last tournament and having him fight and lose, or even just give a decent fight with the new champ or the new antagonizing force. Something Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball all have done one way or the other with all of the tournaments that they've shown throughout the series. So, man, what are your thoughts? Do you think it would actually make a lot of sense for Goku to help Hit, or maybe even for Hit to help Goku, considering the fact that he helped him with Dispo in order to fight Jiren? And would you like to see that team-up fight, or do you want to see either one of these guys go head-to-head with Jiren with absolutely no help, just to kind of get a sense of how strong they are in comparison to each other?
Well, I do like the idea of Goku and Hit teaming up because they both are tournament champions. The last tournament that Goku really entered in, not counting the 25th, he won the 23rd. He became the champion at the end of Dragon Ball. And then here we have technically Hit didn't win, but he kind of did if Monaka didn't throw the match.
Well, he threw the match against Monaka, but I know what you mean. He was a force to be reckoned with at the last round,
and
definitely.
One of the reasons why I'd like to see this happen is because it would be kind of a throwback in a way to the Raditz fight. Because one thing is that Goku and Hit are both fighting for their own respective universes. Goku and Piccolo, back in the day, they both had their own goals, but they both teamed up to fight a common enemy. Because Raditz was going to destroy the Earth, therefore destroying Goku's way of life, and pretty much taking over what Piccolo's dream is, at least. Or at least what his programming is supposed to be from Daimao. But one of the reasons why I'd like to see Goku and Hit team up is just because it would be kind of a throwback to that whole, the two strongest of these worlds are basically just teaming up against each other to fight somebody who's displayed to be even that much more stronger. Because whenever Raditz came in the story, Goku was laying there pretty badly in pain whenever he was against Raditz. And what did Piccolo do? He went over and proposed to Goku that they do team up. Because one of the things about 104 that it was whenever Goku and Hit teamed up, it wasn't really like a voluntary thing or really anything that was that needed, arguably. I mean, Goku just kind of popped in there and was like, I just want to fight these guys because they're strong. I'm like, I have no interest in teaming up with you, Hit. I'm just here to fight these strong guys because they make my body tingle, or whatever he said.
Yeah.
So to me, Jiren already being, if you haven't seen the spoilers, anyone, he's displayed to, or he is said to have colossal ki. And therefore, I think that'd be kind of a good parallel to the whole Goku and Piccolo teaming up back in the Saiyan arc. So I think that Goku and Hit teaming up now to take down this foe who supposedly has colossal ki makes a lot of sense, especially since Goku, way back in the day, was raving about how crazy Raditz's ki was.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've gone way far in advance from where Raditz was, but I like the idea too. One of the things that I would love to see is just kind of this, I guess, a little bit more of a character development for Hit. A lot of people, as I've said before, do not think that Hit is a good character. I just plainly disagree. I think he has actually shown to be really an interesting character who, although he doesn't say much, although he doesn't necessarily do much in the series, every time he fights or every time he comes across someone, you get to see something more about him. There's a lot more depth to him than just being this legendary assassin who has this awesome technique or just grab bag of techniques and can also take out Goku and fight almost everyone on par, or might even be stronger than most people on Universe 7's team or just any of the other universes. One of the things that we've seen from him this whole tournament, though, is his complete and utter lack of enthusiasm to get involved with anything. I mean, obviously we did see him use the Tokodabashi to save Khalifa a couple episodes back. Obviously he makes it clear that he doesn't want his teammates to be out because it's not good for him if they're out. But we haven't seen Hit go out of his way to fight anyone. I mean, the closest you could definitely say is Dispo, but Dispo was challenging him just as much as Hit was challenging him. And obviously, after Dispo showed that he had this really big flaw in the Tokodabashi, he took the fight a little bit more seriously and he figured out a way to actually beat him. And obviously, Goku, like you said, came out of nowhere and just wanted to help fight because Goku likes really strong fights. It would be cool for Hit to go and be like, you know, you help me, I'm going to help you. We're going to fight together in order to figure out who's going to take that rematch later that they promised each other. And that was always something that's really weird. Something Goku's been doing this entire time in the tournament is refusing to take people off and insisting that they're going to be fighting later in the tournament or later on. And it's like, dude, the universes are getting erased. You're not necessarily going to be able to have your chance to fight these people. And how are they going to rest? It's only a couple of minutes. How are they going to be able to rest or advance enough to give you a good fight, even if you do hold back? So I feel like that is just something that is going to happen, that Goku is going to allow Hit to recover. He's going to start fighting Jiren. We know that it's going to start happening sometime soon. And at the same time, once he starts struggling, just my theories, speculation, once Goku starts struggling, Hit will step in and we get that awesome 2 versus 1 matchup, like you said, with Piccolo and Goku actually fighting Raditz back in the day. Now it's kind of a little bit more Hit, Goku fighting Jiren, or something like that, or the team up that we got to see when we fought Frieza back on Namek, or maybe even some of the things that we got to see where 17 and Piccolo were actually fighting Cell at the same time. So there's a lot of really cool throwbacks that this could have, and also just a really cool concept. Like Goku and Hit fighting together is just an awesome idea in my opinion.
I agree, and it makes a lot of sense too. There is evidence to back up that Hit would actually help Goku, because in the past he's actually told Goku, like, I'm in your debt for helping me improve the time skip. And I think even back in 71 or 72, Hit was complimenting Goku about, like, wow, you're so deep, it's like you're beyond my understanding or something like that. So to me, I think that this would be a good chance to, I don't know, shed a little bit more light on Hit, because all we really know about him is that he is an honorable person, and the whole fight with him and Goku, he actually got a lot of pleasure from it, I guess, and that was something that made him feel alive. At least that's from what I understood after their fight, that's pretty much where Hit was coming from, that he's been around so long, he's never had anyone to challenge him. And now, especially against someone like Jiren, someone who's so strong he can take a Kaioken times 20 blue, that just seems like something that would be right up Hit's wheelhouse, especially if he's seeing Goku get beaten up. Because, I mean, he does respect Goku. That's for sure.
I agree, and like I've said, one of the things that I really don't want this series to do, which this team-up fight would actually go a long way to help, I guess, solve that problem, is for this tournament arc, or for Jiren's character in general, to fight Hit so effectively that he basically just nerfs him without ever trying, and we don't get to see a real legitimate fight between Hit and Jiren. Now, if they team up, it's still not the exact same thing, because I want to have an idea of who would be stronger if they did fight each other, especially from a long period of time, not just Jiren jumping in and literally punching, decking him out, like knocking him out of the ring with one hit. It would be interesting to see Goku and Hit actually fight Jiren, because it would actually give us that Hit versus Jiren fight that everyone, I think, wants. but would not necessarily mean that Hit's just going to be taken out immediately. You would still get to see some really awesome fights. And before I get out of this video, I just want to say we haven't seen it very much. They've only really done it a couple times in Dragon Ball Super in the last arc, the Future Trunks versus Goku Black and Goku versus Zamasu, that type of fight that we saw, where you get to see multiple people gang up against multiple people or multiple people versus one person, and those are always a lot more fun to watch than just the normal 1v1 fights that we usually get from Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, because they allow the choreography of the fighters, the artists, and all this other stuff to come together and come up with something that we haven't necessarily seen before. And it really goes back to what you were saying about the Raditz and Piccolo and Goku fight, because that was one of the coolest fights at the very beginning of Z. Obviously, we got kind of past it. We kind of got a little bit further along. Obviously, Raditz wasn't really a huge villain after a certain point, almost immediately from that series. But some of the really cool concepts of that fight with Raditz basically dominating those two characters is probably some of the coolest things that we've seen in the entire series. And I just would like to see them do something kind of reminiscent of that again, especially with how awesome the Tournament of Power has been ganging up to actually be.
Yep, and it would fulfill that one trope of Dragon Ball where they take the previous villain and then they somehow make them obsolete in comparison to this new threat. So, to me, Goku being like on the top of his game right now, and same thing with Hit, them being taken out by Jiren would basically satisfy that trope too. But just to go back on what you were saying, God, I do love the Goku and Piccolo fight versus Raditz. It really is a good one.
It's really awesome. It's awesome. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it at that. I hope everyone has enjoyed the video. Please make sure, like I said at the very beginning of the video, to go down to the comment section below and share your thoughts and opinions on this particular subject. Also, please make sure to go down to the description section below and hit that link to go subscribe to the Golden Scouter. The guy makes some really awesome content. You're not going to want to miss that stuff. Like I say, usually he has some of the most original content that this community actually has. And also, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. But with that being said, guys, we hope everyone has a good day. It's been real
and golden.